There are a ton of great franchises out there in the world of gaming, but in this video, I want to shed some light on 5 amazing retro classic games and why they never received the sequel treatment. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more from us, and leave a comment if you think there's a game we missed that you think deserves a sequel. Alright, we're not here to put socks on centipedes, so let's get started. If you know Chrono Trigger, then I don't have to tell you the impact it's had on gaming still to this day. But for those that don't know, Chrono Trigger for the SNES is regarded as one of the greatest RPGs of all time. It was made by Square's dream team of legendary developers including Hironobu Sakaguchi, Yuri Horii, and artist Akira Toriyama. People loved and still love to this day its unique time travel mechanics, memorable characters, multiple endings, and innovative battle system. It brought a new level of storytelling and player choice to the RPG genre. Square Enix developed Chrono Cross as a spiritual successor, but it had little connection to Chrono Trigger's story or characters. A true sequel was hindered by the inability to reunite the original team as members moved on to other projects and eventually left the development studio. Square merged with Enix in 2003 to become Square Enix, and while the company has hinted at reviving classic IPs, they've largely focused on major franchises like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. The Chrono series hasn't seen a continuation, but fan interest still remains strong to this day. Eternal Darkness for the Nintendo GameCube was a psychological horror game that set itself apart with sanity effects, which simulated character and player hallucinations. These effects ranged from eerie noises to fourth wall breaking tricks like pretending to delete save files or adjusting the in-game volume. The game's mature storyline, psychological depth, and the immersive horror experience made it a cult favorite. Despite positive reviews, Eternal Darkness didn't perform as well commercially as Nintendo expected. The developer Silicon Knights faced financial troubles and later entered a costly legal dispute with Epic Games over licensing issues, which ultimately contributed to the studio's downfall. Silicon Knights shut down in 2014 after several financial setbacks and lawsuits, although some former team members attempted a crowdfunding campaign for Shadow of the Eternals, a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness. However, it never reached full funding. Known as Mother 2 in Japan, Earthbound gained a passionate following for its quirky characters, humor, and unconventional RPG elements. Set in a modern suburban world instead of a fantasy realm, it explored real-life themes and brought a unique blend of charm and satire. Though a slow seller initially, it eventually became a cult classic, especially in Western markets. Earthbound was a commercial failure in the West, which made Nintendo hesitant to pursue more entries outside Japan. Although the sequel Mother 3 was released in Japan in 2006, creator Shigesato Itoi has said he feels the story is complete and doesn't want to revisit it. Itoi's company Ape Inc. later became Creatures Inc., which works on Pokemon. Itoi has since shifted his focus away from game development towards writing and other creative pursuits, leaving Mother 3 as the series' final chapter. You can find a fan-made English patch online for Mother 3, but Earthbound never received an official Western sequel. Jet Force Gemini for the Nintendo 64 was an ambitious sci-fi action-adventure game from Rare, featuring a trio of heroes, vibrant alien worlds, and a mix of third-person shooting and platforming. Its unique gameplay and multiplayer mode helped it build a devoted fan base, and it stood out for its blend of action and exploration. Though Jet Force Gemini performed well on the N64, Rare was acquired by Microsoft in 2002. This acquisition meant that Rare no longer had the rights to develop Nintendo properties like Jet Force Gemini, and Microsoft instead assigned the team to develop games for the Xbox. Under Microsoft, Rare's projects shifted away from their iconic N64 era games. They created Viva Pinata and Kinect Sport, but struggled to replicate their previous successes. Rare has recently found renewed success with Sea of Thieves, but Jet Force Gemini remains untouched, aside from appearing in Microsoft's Rare Replay collection. Super Mario RPG for the SNES was a groundbreaking blend of Mario's familiar platforming with RPG mechanics. Developed by Square and Nintendo, it introduced Mario fans to turn-based battles, level ups, and an engaging story. The humor, creative gameplay, and introduction of the new characters like Geno,
Oh, Geno!
made it a standout Mario game. Although Super Mario RPG was a hit, Square's shift to PlayStation development shortly afterwards meant that they couldn't collaborate with Nintendo on a follow-up. Nintendo went on to create Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi as spiritual successors, but a direct sequel was never pursued. Square transitioned to PlayStation and developed iconic games like Final Fantasy VII. And like we said before, they later merged with Enix, becoming Square Enix. Nintendo has kept the Mario RPG genre alive with other series, but a sequel to Super Mario RPG hasn't materialized, although characters like Geno are still fan favorites. These 5 retro games remain iconic for their innovative gameplay, memorable stories, and lasting fan impact despite never receiving sequels. Challenges like corporate shifts, legal rights, and creator availability kept them from becoming franchises, but their influence has only grown. Today's nostalgia-driven gaming landscape provides new hope, with studios increasingly open to remakes, reboots, or exploring old IPs. Whether through official revivals or indie projects inspired by these classics, their legacies endure and they may yet return to surprise fans in modern gaming. Maybe one day we'll get sequels for these great games, but in the meantime, why not subscribe if you enjoyed the video? There's a bunch of content on the channel. We do weekly videos and we'd absolutely love it if you became part of our community. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next week.